Sup, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about the new silence penalty that Blizzard is going to be implementing in the Legion pre-expansion patch. Now, this was just announced today, and I guess for you guys it would be yesterday, and I'm not really a big fan of it, and so I want to talk to you guys about what it is and the potential positive aspects that can come out of it, and from my perspective, the negative implications that come out of it. Now, I'll of course have a link in the description so you guys can read the blog post yourselves, but I'll go ahead and read it out for you guys just so you guys can kind of see exactly what they're saying. World of Warcraft offers many opportunities to engage with other players in a variety of ways to help support positive experiences in these engagements. We wanted to inform you of a new silence penalty we will be implementing with the pre-expansion patch for Legion. And so this is this is exactly, I'm assuming, probably 1 week away from the patch. And so this isn't something that they're throwing out there and they're kind of deciding, oh, should we do this or should we not do it? If this is going to come out in a week, this is pretty much done, which is really, I wish they had asked people. I guess you can't really ask people, but I don't really think that this is going to be good for the game. Depending on what type of report, players who are found to be abusive in chat or engage in inappropriate chat behaviors may be silenced from engaging in certain ways within the game. Following the Legion pre-expansion, any player who is reported multiple times under the spam or abuse chat categories will, after investigation, receive an account-wide silence penalty. While this penalty is active, the silence player will find that their ability to chat with others is greatly limited. Now, I'm going to explain exactly what they're able to do and what they're not able to do. Now, it has two lists here. Some things are a little bit unclear. They don't really make a whole lot of sense with like making raids and stuff. I'm sure a lot of that stuff will be cleared up, and it's just not really in this post. And so here are the things that the silence players are not able to do. They are not able to talk in instance chat, raid, party, or battlegrounds. They are not able to talk in global chat channels that are auto-joined, such as trade or general chat. They are not able to create calendar invites or, events. They're not able to send in-game mail. Now, this is probably the only thing that, of all of these things that I really think, if they do put this into the game, I think that's, because there are so many times you'd want to mail things over to your alts and stuff like that, and to punish people from, being able to mail things to different characters is fucking ridiculous. And so hopefully they kind of, if they are going to do this, they limit the sending in-game mail to things that are not on your account, and also people who aren't in your guild or on your friends list or a real ID or whatever. So that's the only thing in here that I really, really don't like. Send party invitations. They're not able to send party invitations. They are not able to send wargame invitations. They are not able to send invitations to duel. They are not able to update a pre-made group listing, and they are not able to create a new list for a pre-made group, and so they're not able to make pre-made groups on the group finder. Now, however, they are able to do certain things. This is what the silence players are still able to do. They are still able to whisper to their friends, who are both friends on WoW and also their Battle.net friends. Now, I don't really know if this is supposed to combat abuse. Couldn't you just add somebody to your friends list that you didn't like and then just send them tells? Do both people have to have each other on their friends list in order for this to happen? Seems like kind of something that could happen there. Anyway, they're still able to reply to whispers from non-friends. They're still able to party they're still able to use party and raid chat with invited players. They're still able to create parties and raids. I'm assuming probably with people who are their friends. It's a little bit unclear, okay, but that's kind of what I'm assuming. And they're still able to talk in global channels that have a moderator. And they're still able to share quests, and they're still able to sign up for a pre-made group. So I'll go ahead and read, how long this is. The first time a player is silenced, their chat will be restricted for 24 hours, and so that's a whole day. This duration will double, and that was in boldface. Shout. For each silence penalty received after the first, and there is no maximum. That means that players who receive multiple silence penalties may find themselves unable to chat for a very, very long time. Silence players will be receiving notification when attempting to send a message to a channel in which they have been restricted. by using the in-game report tool to help identify players who, by engaging in inappropriate interactions within the various channels, you'll be helping create a type of community we all want to take part in. Well, the truth is that I don't want to take part in that type of a community. Seems like a brave new world of Warcraft that I just really don't like. That's the truth. There are some things that I think, obviously, for gold selling and everything, we're all on the same page. We don't want to see gold selling and like different spam things for like account sharing services. This won't do anything to stop that. It will do something to stop that, but whenever they review somebody's account, because basically they're saying that this is after investigation, this is the exact same terminology that they use for the report system right now. So people who think that there are unfair reports right now, this is just going to be another level of the effectively probably the exact same type of unfair reports. Most of the people that use different accounts to spam general chat or spam trade are either stolen accounts or starter accounts or something that they don't really care if it gets silenced or even if it gets banned. So creating this silence penalty is basically you're doing the same thing twice, because there already are penalties in the game right now for saying something that's sexist or racist or anything like that. So, or selling gold or advertising anything. So this is kind of just something on top of that, and I just don't really think that we need this. What I really don't like about this is that it kind of gives people the ability to silence things that they might not really want to hear. And I don't really think that, I guess like as a collective, you should be able to silence somebody else from saying something outside really of the terms of service. If somebody says that somebody else sucks or they have bad DPS or something like that, the idea that people can come together and collectively punish that person's account for saying something that could even be true but maybe isn't communicated in a polite way is just, it's extremely childish to me, and that's really kind of the that's really what I'm trying to get at here. It's very disappointing for me to see, I guess, like the internet and life and I guess like the culture and everything in general. And I try to stay out of this in my channel, but I kind of have to say, it's really disappointing for me to see things are going this way. It seems like people feel like they're less and less responsible for their own well-being. They're less and less responsible for what they see, and they want other people to control and moderate what they see, so that they don't even have to deal with any sort of negative emotions that are generated by other people. I think that Blizzard's trying to remove all different types of negative interactions, and in a lot of ways, they're going to probably be removing a lot of interactions in general. I don't think that you can have any sort of a social experience without having some sort of a possibility or, I guess, like, risk of having a negative social experience. You can't have positive social experiences all the time. There has to be some negative, and if you can't have any positive, or if you can't have any negative, you're probably not going to have much positive either. And the more I see things like this, and the more I see things like being put into the game to stop people from being mean, stop people from doing anything like that, it just makes me think that people can't really deal with things themselves. If somebody's mean to me, I just put them on ignore. If somebody says something that I don't like, I stop reading what they say. Right? I don't need an organization to come down and collectively punish this person because he said something that I didn't like. I just think that the whole thing, it's very disturbing to me to see that these kinds of things are happening. And I mean, honestly, guys, let's kind of put this into perspective. I'm probably not going to ever get silenced. I never say I don't even say any profanity in chat or anything, because there's a lot of people who don't like me and they'll just report me for it, and so I'll get suspended. So I can't even say anything like that. But I do think that the system can also be abused. And some people are saying, well, it's going to be investigated. That's bullshit. It's not going to be investigated. And the way that one person is going to investigate it is not going to be the same way that somebody else investigates it. So where's really the line drawn here? And I'll kind of give you guys some examples of ways that you can kind of manipulate this system. And, since this is a lot of partially a guide channel. And so here's one way. Somebody says something to me that I don't like in my stream. I get everybody on my stream to report that individual for, whatever, like inappropriate language. And it's not that they're not saying anything inappropriate, but it gives one person the ability, if they can channel and coordinate some sort of organization or group of people, to all fixate on one person and collectively punish that person for something that, for one, I don't think they should get punished for in the first place, and two, that it's not really fair because it's kind of like one person creating this entire punishment for them. Now, I would say that this system would be okay if the duration didn't double. If every single time you got silenced, you just got silenced for 24 hours and then it was over and then it's back to go. But the doubling of the duration, especially because, that's like 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, not 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 512, 1024. So, it doesn't take very long. I don't really know exactly how it will double, but that's kind of, the binary increment, incremental increases there. So, this kind of stuff, like getting silenced for like the better part of a week or over a week or more than 1 week is just absolutely ridiculous to me. And it's really, as I said, it's just really disappointing to see that Blizzard is they're not allowing people, they're not giving people the ability to, they're still giving it to them, but they're taking it upon themselves to censor people and to silence people, obviously, who are saying things that, are mean. I don't believe that, I think you should be able to say whatever you want, no matter what, okay? And obviously there are some limitations with, some level of harassment and everything like that. But I think that the system that we have already in the game is more than good enough for dealing with toxic players and people who are mean and stuff like that. And to allow as I said, a communal punishment for an individual that is kind of created by the community because of how many people, enact that punishment or, put in reports for this person, it just seems very, very, unfair. And you can kind of get a collective group of people to all report one person for saying something that was bad and potentially get their entire account silenced. I don't really like mob justice. I think that Blizzard should be the people that they already have the terms of service. I don't really think that they should be moderating and dictating and, intermingling and getting into player interactions. I just think it's incredibly childish. And it's really disappointing to me to see that the internet and culture and society is so welcoming to this kind of stuff, because I think that people should be responsible for what they see. And if they don't like it, there are already tools for them to remove it. So this just, I'm really not a fan. I know a lot of you guys think I'm a fucking asshole for thinking that. And in a lot of ways I am. But I think that I should have that ability to an extent, and that extent ends whenever the TOS begins. And I think this is just a little bit overreaching. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I've got. Thanks for watching, and like, comment, subscribe.